Hello everybody and welcome to my 7th Microsoft Excel 2013 tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to use functions with text. Now text is very easy to use in Excel, but it's something that a lot of people have no idea how to use. So basically in your formulas, if you want to include text, you can't just type text like this. That's not going to do anything. What you actually have to do is give it what's called a string. And to signify something as a string, you just put it inside two speech marks like this. So if we type something in here, say hello, press enter, now our formula is going to say hello. And if you can put spaces in and write sentences, so we can put hello, which is, I'm sure, what everyone wants to be able to do. But essentially, this is how you include kind of words inside your formulas, and lots of little different things you can do with this. So let's say we want to combine our string here with one of the cells up here. So in order to do this, you don't just use the add sign, you use what's called the concatenator, or in the Excel's case, the ampersand. So you put the ampersand in and then select the cell that we want, the same way we would with a numeric operator, press enter, and you see it's now combined those two pieces of text together. You can actually do it with all of them, so let's say equals that, and that, and that, and that, and that. But obviously, as you can see, that's probably going to get a little bit time consuming. So what you'd actually want to do is do equals and then concatenate, and then you can just highlight your text like this. And you can't just highlight it, you have to do commas in between it, my bad. Just put comma, 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 and then you can put it all in together like that. Now obviously this isn't ideal, because at the moment if we're trying to combine two things together, it's not putting any spaces in between them. So in order to do this, you need to do a kind of white space only string, and in order to do that, you just put your apostrophe and then a space, your apostrophe, your speech marks, and then a space, and then your next speech mark, and then another ampersand. What this does is it just adds in a bit of white space in the string. You can add quite a few in, and that will split them up quite a lot. Obviously normally you only want to be doing a couple long, so that will say hello Matt. And so this is kind of the basics of your text. There's a few formulas that I'd like to show you that kind of help out with the text a little bit as well. So if there's one called left, and what left does is it actually takes two parameters. So this is the first formula I'm showing you that takes two parameters, and the first parameter is the text you want to use. So you can put in a string, you can highlight a cell with text in it. The next thing is the number of characters. So if I do 3 and then close brackets, and then you'll see it's given us HEL. So what left has done is it's taken the left hand side of the text and only taken the first 3 characters. If I change it to 4 characters, you see it actually comes out with HEL. And this is probably a bad example for those superstitious among us, but anyway, you get the idea. You put in 2 parameters separated by a comma, and you're going to be using these commas to separate different parameters a lot in the coming tutorials as we start getting into more advanced formulas, because we're going to be putting in multiple parameters quite often. So on top of that, you can also do right, and what right does is it just lets you do exactly the same but from the other side. So we do give it the cell, how many characters, and it'll take the 4 off of the right hand side. Now these are useful, but they're actually made a lot better if you have kind of a combination of names. So if we have my name in here, now let's say we want to take just the first name. So in order to do this, I'm just going to do equals and then left, and then the text, and then the number of characters. How do we get the number of characters that goes for the first name? So the consistent thing that's going to be on lots of different people's names is this space. So if we use the search formula and we're going to find, and we give it a string that we want to find. So in this case, I want to find a space. So I put a space between two speech marks, and then within D5, and then start number I'm going to leave blank because by default it just searches from the beginning. And then we do close brackets. So rather than giving it a number, I'm actually using the search formula that creates a number, and I'm passing the search formula a blank space to search for. So it'll find where that is, and then it'll cut off anything from the left. So if I press enter now, you'll see that it's come up saying Matthew. And so we might want to do the opposite and take the last name. So this is slightly different. We need to be using an extra formula. So we take the right hand side, we're using the right formula, D5, and then the number of characters is going to change depending on how long the name is, because we want to do the length of the last name. So for the search formula we use the last one tells us how many from the left it is. So we first of all want to get the length of the text, which we use the len length formula for. So length, and then the text that we want to see how long the length is. And then we want to subtract from that our search. So we put in our search, and then we put in a space, and then within D5, closing brackets, and you'll see that this now comes out with the surname. So these are all very useful formulas. So you've got search, you've got left, you've got right, you've got length, or len for short, or as the actual formula is. We've got concatenate, and that's pretty much it for these ones. We also got the ampersand, which we use to add them all together. So remember these basic text formulas, and you'll basically never have any problems with text, and you can do some quite cool things with them. You can give personalized greetings, you can feed stuff through very easily into creating kind of scripting stuff. But that's going to be it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial I'm going to show you how to use dates. So any questions, drop them in the comments below, and until then I hope to catch you soon.